Hello YouTube, welcome back to the Civilized Frontier. Back here for another round of MBTI discussion. Special thanks to the people on the the NF Geeks forum on Facebook who helped me determine my type. It's good to know I'm an INFJ. In any case, today I would like to talk about typism. It's something that I see quite often. For those of you who are unfamiliar with it, it's basically the prejudice of one type of personality over another. I guess as the name suggests, and it's typically expressed in the second letter, sensing versus intuitive. And instead of going straight into it, I would like to start this off with a quote. This is from the Meditations of Marcus Aurelius, second book, first paragraph. When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. They are like this because they can't tell good from evil. But I have seen the beauty of good and the ugliness of evil, and I have recognized that the wrongdoer has a nature related to my own, not of the same blood or birth, but of the same mind, and possessing a share of the divine. And so, none of them can hurt me. No one can implicate me in ugliness, nor can I feel angry at my relative or hate him. We were born to work together like feet, hands, and eyes, like the two rows of teeth, upper and lower. To obstruct each other is unnatural. To feel anger at someone, to turn your back on him, these are obstruction. And this is, I think, where, at least when you start studying MBTI, where the division point begins, when he describes the interactions in the day that you are to prepare yourself for. He says people will be, quote once more, they're going to be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. That pretty much sums up as negative as people can be. But the seed, I think, of typism is negative interactions based upon what our research has revealed to be typing, or parts of types. So, for example, say someone is an ENTP. All right, they have this great idea of turning water vapor in the air into ice, and they bring this idea to someone like me, an INFJ. I'd entertain the idea. I mean, it sounds pretty cool conceptually. We had plenty of things invented this past century that would probably make that pale by comparison. So if you can do it, do it. That would be my reaction. But say they were to take it to someone like ISTJ. You would get a bit of a scowl, I guess, and they would say something. If God had meant for us to make ice out of water vapor, he would have put it in trays from the air automatically, or something like that. You would see cubes falling out of nowhere. I think maybe they wouldn't put it that way, but you get the point. There would be something dismissive, and when you're dismissive of something like that, that really reaches into the core of one's being. And it's typism without really necessarily recognizing that there is a type. But I think we're supposed to get beyond that. Part of MBTI, at least as I understand it, is to understand why situations like that occur. It's not really made to dislike other people and where they're coming from. It's made to understand other people. So that is where I see the problem occurring. It comes from all that, and the wrong personal interactions. That's what I mean by that. and the sort of break in communication. I have plenty of sensors in my family that I love, but it's not like having an intuitor in your life. It's kind of funny. My mom loves to say that my sister and I, she's an INFP, that we are like the same person but we're different. And the observation there, I think she's pointing to the intuitive nature, probably also the feeling nature, but definitely the intuitive nature. When and we get these weird sort of twin connection moments. That, for example, I'll never forget the day. I was living in New York State. We were at the grocery store, and my mom mentioned OJ. And we had a cat named OJ that died years before that occasion, but both me and my sister just automatically clicked, and we both meowed at once in the middle of the store. Anyway, just little situations like that would happen all the time still. But that's what it's like, though. The intuitor interplay, we're able to connect on so many different ways, but the sensors connect in the same way. Well, no, maybe not in the same way, but to the same extent with one another. Anyway, that's sort of the blockage in communication also does that. Those are two things. But, I mean, we're called to live beyond that. And that's what Marcus Aurelius is saying. First of all, there's room for a sort of a reinterpretation of what we see around us. When you take the long view of things, I think you realize that each type and each temperament has a point to its existence. And it's, I think, because we live in a society that is generally more progressive, or has been, progressive, not in the political sense, but in the, and I guess in a broad sense. NTs are definitely highly valued. NFs are highly valued. Original thinkers, those endurers, that sort of thing. People willing to sort of think outside the box and go with life. Those people are considered, at least by popular culture and the like, because I mean, I think NFs control a lot of culture. It is considered to be characteristics not worth having, that sort of thing, if you're an SJ. But either way, though, when you take the long view of things, yes, society does appreciate these people, but SJs and SPs, I mean, there's an evident reason why they exist too. And we cannot, I mean, I would love to see a world without SJs, videotape it, and bring it to an NT or an NF. That would be an awesome experience, because I guarantee you they would be horrified as to what would happen. You do need people. I mean, think of it this way. NTs and NFs, we believe in the power of the imagination. And an imagination, or any kind of power, is a double-edged sword. For example, we'll take two highly imaginative historical figures. And I know I'm violating Godwin's law here, even though it's not an argument, but Hitler, highly imaginative person, visionary in a lot of ways. He had an idea for where he wanted Germany and the wider world to go. You have him, and you have someone like Nikola Tesla, who wanted to power planet Earth and get energy for all, that sort of thing. Compare those two beings. Obviously, one is incorrect. We would have reason to mistrust him. Whereas the other, it would be great to buy into his ideas, and we have to learn how to, obviously, as a society, figure out who's who and value them that way. But going back to what I was thinking about SJs, yeah. Sure, the SJ would hold back Nikola Tesla, but he would also be equally as likely, if not more, because Hitler would threaten, if he lived in a I guess, different society than Germany. See this? I know that there are holes in this argument, so I expect comments. Anytime you mention Hitler, expect comments. I know there are definite holes in this argument, but you see, when you get a revolutionary leader that comes to power, it's good to have those who are more traditional cognitively to handle that, and that does keep a lot of crazy people from taking power. So think of it that way. SJs are not always potential thralls for those of you would-be cult leaders. No, they are protectors of the norm, and that is a very important place in society. So that's basically Aurelius's second point. You know, take the long view of society, take the the view of the broader historical context, and learn that these people are disagreeable for a reason, but it's a good reason. Okay, and the final point. He talks about remembering to more or less deal with it in a way. Keeping these wider principles in mind, go forward. Conduct yourself in an upright manner. Yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. No, I really want to expound upon. Typism is wrong. Don't engage in it. And seriously, don't be one of those people. Here's, I guess, a good last point. Don't be one of those people who, when you see a video like this, or when you see something on MBTI discussion forum that that calls against another typist sort of thing, or when you see something on a discussion forum, let me back up, that more or less says something against typism, then obviously you pile on because that's the good thing to do. But just remember that in the next discussion about censors, don't complain about censors, or don't complain about intuitors, that sort of thing. See, that's the problem here. We in principle are more or less decrying something because it's wrong. But at the end of the day, though, any sort of ism, I guess, is more about practice. And if you're practicing typism by turning around and bashing your SJ mom for making you wear a belt, that is wrong. And it's not just wrong, it's more or less denying the bigger picture here. So that's all I wanted to say. I know it's not entirely important. It's nothing earth-shattering. There are no Supreme Court cases out right now discussing the equality of SJs to NTs, but there's certainly a reason, I think, to say it. And I haven't really seen anyone else do it, which I guess is kind of unfortunate. So, goodbye, my niche MBTI community. Hope you have a great day.